Why is the real estate market so hot? Now guys, by the end of this video, you're gonna understand what's making this market really so hot, but more importantly, how you can still get homes at 50 cents on the dollar, even in this insane market. All right guys, today we're gonna talk about the two things that are making this market go crazy. But we're also going to be talking about this word appreciation. Are we really seeing homes appreciate? But stick with me to the end because that's where I'm going to show you how even in this insane market, how you can still do deals at 50 cents on the dollar. So as you start to go around and you're looking at homes going up like crazy, the other day I was sitting there on Facebook, right? I'm scrolling through and this meme pops up and it shows this couple and they're standing there with their realtor inside a home. And above like the couple, he says, 800,000? Can you show me a home that's worth maybe like $1 million? And above the realtor's head, it says, sure, I'll just show you this same home tomorrow, right? Now, guys, that's what's happening. Our market is going fast. It's just driving up super quick. Homes that were worth 300,000 maybe 8 months ago are already worth 400,000 or 450,000. All right, guys, the two things that I'm looking at each and every day to make sure that I understand what's going on in this market is in-migration and inventory. Now, what are these words? First, you have in-migration. In-migration is how many people are moving to your state. And you can check this out on many different Google searches. Just type in your state and just Google this and then type in migration. Find out how many people are moving to your state. Now, there's some of you that could be watching this and you're like, man, people are moving out of our state right now. We're seeing a mad exodus going on in California. You're seeing it in New York. You're seeing it in some of these other states. But what about the people that have the states where a lot of people are moving to? What is this doing to the market? This leads us to that second word, that inventory or lack of inventory. This is something that you got to be watching because although you have a ton of people, for example, I live in the state of Utah, a ton of people moving to the state of Utah, meaning in-migration is super high. What we don't have right now is inventory. It's super, super low. And because there's this massive gap in between in-migration and what's available to the people moving to the state, it's driving prices through the roof. But right now, in the times that we're living, you might be thinking, man, how is it that a home can appreciate this fast? For example, we have an individual that we're just talking to just in our office just the other day, how he said he bought the home for $450,000. He's putting about $150,000 into it and turns around and sells this home. What he thought was going to be around $650,000 to $700,000 ended up going under contract just shy of $900,000. Are we seeing this insane amount of appreciation? Instead of this word appreciation, what if we're actually seeing this word called inflation? Now, what's inflation? Inflation is the difference of what the dollar's worth, for example. Are we witnessing that the homes are worth more? And there's this battle right now. There's this fight going on. There's this argument going on that people are saying, no, because the cost of milk is going up. For those that are doing like fix and flips, the cost of lumber is crazy right now. You've got people that there's a shortage of concrete and the price for concrete is through the roof. And so we're not seeing appreciation because everything's going up. So the argument is, are we actually watching the dollar bill collapse? Are we seeing where we're now witnessing inflation? Where really what we're saying is this home that used to be $450,000, we're now saying it's now worth $650,000. That would be appreciation. They're saying, no, it's taking $650,000 of American dollars to buy the same house that used to be $450,000. At the end of the day, guys, the dollar bill is collapsing, meaning it's worth less today than it was in the past. All right, so what do? Instead of getting scared about, the collapsing dollar bill, or is this appreciation or is this inflation, I like to look at the positive. What can we have control of? What can we stay focused on? And what can we drive our action to do each and every day so that we don't have to worry about whether it's appreciation or inflation? And yes, we can still watch this in-migration and this inventory thing, but really what you need to do is become what I call the deal finder. Now, before I break down exactly what it is to become a deal finder, at this time, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell so it alerts you when we put out fresh new content. All right, so what does it mean to become the deal finder? The deal finder are the individuals that are still out there marketing to off market. Remember, not on market. MLS, that's hard right now. There's not any inventory. So what we have to do is be marketing to the off market, the ones that don't know if they're 100% selling, but maybe there's like a distressed property property or a distressed seller. And what you're doing is you're marketing to these individuals directly so that you can begin conversations to see if they do want to sell their home during this time. So what do we do as the deal finder? We're going to be marketing to the off-market properties. You're ultimately going to meet with these individuals, find a way to serve them. Again, we're looking for properties that are distressed. Maybe you're looking for broken windows. Maybe you're looking for curled shingles. Maybe you're looking for yards that are just in a mess. And really what you're doing is you're finding a way to be a solution to these individuals. Now, the other side of that coin is individuals are going through distressed situations, meaning they could be going through divorce. They could be going through probate, where they just inherited mom and dad's home that just recently passed away. They could be going through tax delinquency, or many other things, code violations, where the city's now coming down to them saying, you got to pay this fine. They're like, we don't have the money to fix up our yard. We don't have the money to fix up our home because we're behind on taxes or we've lost our job. Guys, right now in this economy where we live in, there's still some effects going on from COVID-19. Here we are in year 2021, and we're still feeling those effects. So what can you do as a deal finder? You provide the solution. You're out there ultimately trying to serve these individuals and being able to help them at a high level. Let's say, for example, you were to go to your mom and to your dad and they tell you, hey, we lost our job, we have no money, we don't know how we're gonna pay our mortgage. Would you sit there as their son or as their daughter and say, well, mom, tell me, how many beds and bathrooms do you have? Probably not. You'd say, mom, dad, what happened? What's going on? How do I help you? What are gonna be the best ways to get you onto plan B? And as you begin to serve these individuals, you'll find out that the byproduct is, yes, you can get their home under contract at a deep discount. And from there, a lot of people think, what do I do next? What do I do if I have this home under contract? I'm helping this person at a high level. I'm able to serve them. But really, what do I do after I get the home under contract at a discount? From here, that's where you do one of my favorite things is you don't need credit. You don't need to have a ton of money, because majority of the states that we're in, you don't even have to buy the home or purchase the home. You do what's called an assignment, where you just simply sell the contract to a cash buyer. So remember that movie called Field of Dreams, where Kevin Costner is going through the field and he keeps hearing this voice in the background saying, if you build it, they will come. Same thing when it comes into real estate. As you come across these deeply discounted properties, as you become good at being the deal finder, finding and locating these off-market properties that you can get at a discount, you put it under contract and then simply sign these contracts over to a cash buyer. Now, what does this mean? You now are selling your rights to purchase this home to a cash buyer. They're gonna come with the money that it takes to buy this home, and you add additional fee to it called an assignment. Guys, to understand a little bit more about what this means to be the deal finder and how you can actually do this, even with a little budget, because again, guys, you don't need a ton of dollars for marketing. You don't need to ever close on these properties. What I'm doing is I'd like to give a free gift to each one of you guys. I've included a link down in the description how you can get access to a 30-day challenge that allows you to close your first deal over the next 30 days, where you learn step by step exactly what it is I'm talking about, this wholesaling process that teaches you how to find the properties, how to negotiate with the sellers, and ultimately pass these deals on to cash buyers for a fee so that you can move on to your next deal.